trying to find a way to make it easier to say that there's just one thing on my mind, and I think it's time for you to realize I want you all to myself. Don't wanna share you with nobody else. So give me something to believe. Will you promise me? Will you promise me? Will you promise me? I am not a stranger to excuses. Burned me once or twice, I expect them. I just wanna know what your truth is. Will you be the one to break me out of this? I want you all to myself. Don't wanna share you with nobody else. So give me something to believe. Will you promise me? Will you promise me? So give me something to believe. Will you promise me? Will you promise me? Will you promise me?
Am I sane for walking out on us? Oh, or am I losing touch? Too many games, now all our chips.
Hello and welcome to the 10th faction challenge. I can't believe we've made it this far. We've made it to 10 faction challenges. And for this one, I will be judging your comics. Now I admit, this one was a lot worse, as in the challenge itself was a whole lot worse than some of the other ones, as evidenced by the very few submissions that we see. I think we have 9 or something, so every submission is going to count. Now, since we only have 9 submissions, I'm going to just choose the top 3. I have not seen any of these comics before. I muted the faction submissions channel, so this is going to be my first time reading some of these. And I have Atom pulled up, and I'm just going to go through and rank my top 3, basically. And the top 3 will get prizes. Can't remember what I said the prizes were, but you will get prizes. Because there's so few submissions, the prizes will be really, really good. The prizes are going to be really good. because there's just so few submissions. It's modules. Yep, it's modules. So chances are this stream is going to be a lot shorter. So after I do the judging, I will probably show you what I've been working on for the past few days with enemies, with different behaviors. It's really interesting stuff. It'll definitely change the game and how it works. But without further ado, let's go over to our submissions. Now, the chat for some reason isn't working still. I tried to fix it. However, when I pulled up the when I pulled it up earlier, it wasn't working either while you all were chatting in there, and I'm still not quite sure what's wrong. But it's funny. Wait. Actually, I think I can fix it for now. I can temporarily fix this again and do what I did last time. I can I need to turn off my music. I can copy my chat over. I can paste it so that you all can see the chat over there. Probably still need to work on that. Still not sure why. Oh, you know what? I figured it out. I figured out why. It's because my chat wasn't being shown. It had the little, eye without the not visible icon. Where's my cup? I have my cup right here. My cup will be making an appearance in every stream. I assure you of that. I have my cup. Do a hair reveal. It depends on the comics we've seen. I think I saw a hint of one where at that point I might show you what the rest of my hair looks like, not just the top of it. But without further ado, I'm just gonna look at these comics. I'm not gonna stall anymore. So we have the first one by the Nova faction. Just in case you can't read the text, PA equals panel, P equals prime, N equals Nova, S equals strike, J equals J-Wigs, PA3. Okay, so this explains the different panels. Okay, well, let's open this. I'm not sure how well you guys can see that. It might not be very clear. I think we can, no, let's not do that. I'll just put up like this. Okay, new faction challenge. Move my light a little so I can see this. New faction challenge. Submissions happen. Do something, I don't know what. Okay. After submissions. Can't exactly read that. Okay, so at this point, I need to read. He says, I like that, but this is better than standing on hella submissions. Nova says grr, standing on good submissions. And Strike says something happened. Okay, so they're like, I like this, but I like that, but this is better. Okay, so we're like ranking. We've got Nova over here with some good submissions. We've got Prime over here with some amazing submissions. Then we've got, is that Strike? Yes, we've got Strike here with something happened. Okay. And then that was during, okay, that was for submissions. Then during the stream, and then we have Nova saying, stop favoring Prime. And then there's a table that says J-Wig's opinions, I think. Yes, table has J-Wig's opinions, and J-Wig's is confused. Okay, I see. And then I'm confused. I'm like, oh, that's my face! Okay, I'm confused. All right. Then Prime, what's Prime saying? Prime says, free loot. Free loot. An item for every submission. I see. Okay. And then J-Wig says, hey, take this, but post more next time. Strike is sleeping and says, huh, okay. Okay, so I see. I'm like, take this, but put more next time. And Strike's like, what? And yeah, and then we repeat. I see. So this is a commentary on the faction submissions and how it usually happens, where we have Prime always in the top, we have Nova coming in, and Strike just completely confused that something was even going on. I like this one. Well, I don't even have 3, but I guess this one has to be at the top. I'm going to call this Kitchen Faction Submission Comic. And that one is going to be at the top. And I'll just rank these and switch them up as I see fit, as I go through them. I like it. It's cute. Except this time we see reverse. I believe from what I've heard from my enforcers, the Strike has the most submissions this time, so they are mixing things up. And it looks like, yep, we've got the Strike. Something that took a few minutes to make, but kinda neat. Oh, and Islander doesn't like it. Okay. When J-Wig says not to kill the friendly islands, because, okay, we've got friendly islands, we've got the portal. I thought that was a sun for a second. Then we have nice islands, okay. And then we have you. Okay, this is you. Those are shield generators. Ooh. I actually like the look of these simple shield generators. Okay, and then we have you shooting them, and then after you shoot them, a giant enemy comes out and lasers you like in the last one. Oh, and it's on fire. Oh, look, that's on fire still. Oh, it's a cute little comic. Yeah, that's why you probably shouldn't kill the friendly islands, because eventually you will pay for it. And I think I might just keep it a surprise when. In one update, I'll just say stuff happen, and then when you shoot them, you'll just die. And it'll be fun. And I will laugh at you. I think the other one was better, so I'm going to put, what am I calling this? I'm going to call this Don't Shoot Civilians below it. And who submitted this? This is KK6Doc. KK6Doc, Don't Shoot Civilians. I'm giving that 2 for now. And now back to this. Let's have a look. Third comic, also by This Strike, by Isle9. We have, think we should leave the Dark Order. Is that leave or lav? Lav? I think that's leave. That's leave. Nah. And then we see a portal. And then he's yelling aerogel. Oh, I see. This is the player's portal. This is the player's portal. Okay. They're wondering, should we leave the Dark Order? They're like, nah. And then all of a sudden, we get the player island coming in with aerogel, and he's shooting a bunch of stuff, and they're like, yes, we should leave. Yeah. Yes. They I don't know about the lore wise if they want to leave. I think the Dark Order is kind of like the Empire from Star Wars. They believe that they're making everything better by bringing everything, under this one rule so that they can get out of this, I guess, giant chaos that has been happening ever since the Void were destroyed. I like this better, so I'm going to put this second. So Isle9, this is going to be called the Leaving Dark Order comic. I'm putting this above you. Isle9, Leaving Dark Order. Yep. Okay. Finn didn't like the Dark Order. Yeah, exactly. Finn didn't like the Empire. So I guess you would have some defectors where eventually they realize the harm they're doing. Yeah. But I don't know. Haven't thought about it much. This looks like a BB-8 just from looking at it. It looks like there's a BB-8 here. But anyway, I shall open this. Islands of War, very nice logo. In the wonderful world of Illa, we have a player named Rob. I see you just exited a portal. Nice portal. I see you've got some cannons. You've got an island going on. And he's about to fight the final boss. Okay, look at that. Oh, so that's not BB-8. Oh, that's my realm map. Does my realm map look like BB? Maybe. Okay, back to the comic. And Rob also has no shields. Bam, zap. There goes Rob. Teehee. Guys, don't be like Rob. Use shields and come properly prepared. Call 1-800-1234 to get your shields today. I like this. I'm going to put this one first. This one is definitely first. So Cheesy Pizza with the buy shields is going to get first for this. Cheesy Pizza. Buy your shields. That one's my favorite one so far. I should probably put your factions in there as well. So I'll just write your factions. Strike. I believe I'm getting this right. Nova. And Cheesy Pizza was Prime, I believe. I think I'm looking at that right. Prime, Strike, Nova. Yeah, I got that right. Yay. Yeah, I like that one. Okay, another one. Oh, I know what this is going. This is me. Oh, you got my blue wall. You got my blue wall in there. Wow, attention to details. Very nice. Slurp with my blue cup. Look at that. The color is perfect. Like, look at that. The color is absolutely perfect. Me and my oversized cup. And then, so yeah, the next update. This one's simple, but I like it a lot. I'm going to give this one second for now. Let's see. Is it better? What's it? Yeah, I don't think it's better than this one though. The one from Nova is still better at this point. So wait, let's have a look at our things. We have, yeah, so I guess it's now third. So this is my giant from Isle 9 Strike Faction Giant Cup. Isle 9 Strike Giant Cup. Slurp. Now these, okay, these are going to switch. Oh, there's a first line? No, there is no first line. I don't see anything above this. Okay. I'll probably look at these different, I'll look at them again at the end. Because there's so few, it'll make sense to just take a second look at them and see if it really is how I feel about all of them. You can see the first and second line of Atom. You can't see? You don't see them. You don't see the first and second lines. Is there something wrong? Let me quickly take a gander. No, I think it's showing. You don't see the first two lines. Oh, okay, well, that's an easy fix. There, now you see them. Some people see them. I think this might just be screen resolution, how different things resize, but I'll just move it over to the middle. Now everyone can see it. Okay, next one. Forgive me, J-Wigs, for I have semi-purposefully completely butchered your face in a comical way. This is the one that I saw a little bit of. And that looks nothing like me. Like, take a look. Absolutely so different. Like, the hair, I mean, it's good effort, though. It's good effort. It's definitely good effort. That hair, though, I mean, no. What comes to your mind? Oh, so that's me. What comes to your mind when you think of the words Nova, Strike, and Prime? And then this guy's like, well, random news, J-Wigs asks a random stranger about faction names. Well, Nova, I think of a supernova, like a really big explosion. With Strike, I think of a powerful or fast explosive victory. As for Prime, well, I just think of Prime Beef. I just think of Prime Beef. You imbecile! The answer was Optimus Prime. This is the Prime speaking. I like that cute little... I really like this Prime guy, by the way. This guy is so much better than my face. And then it's like, yo, Prime, you fat like a cow. A snicker. I really like this cute little Prime. You need to hair reveal if you want them to do right. Okay, what's going on with my hair? So, I'm not sure how I can do this. Because if I take my headset off, then you can't hear me as well. Because I am using this microphone. Because I have not yet bought a nice microphone. So basically, my hair, I have a ponytail. I have quite a bit of ponytail. I've been growing out for a long time. See, so here you go. I'll take my headset off. And there you go. That's my hair, my beautiful hair. I always will keep my hair tied up. If you see me with my hair down, something's wrong. Call the police. Call for help, because that is not me. We have an imposter trying to be me. Yeah, my hair will always be up. Because I like it that way. Why do I have long hair? Some of you are probably going to ask. Well, when I moved to Singapore, I don't like getting haircuts, so I'll like grow out my hair like longer than usual, and then I'll like get them to cut really short. But every time I got a haircut when I was here, because my hair was longer and I asked them for the haircut, like I tried to be specific, I showed them what I wanted, they would always give me a K-pop bowl cut. A K-pop bowl cut. And I'm like, please just cut like everything short. Give me like a normal... They couldn't do it. So eventually I said, forget it. I'm growing out my hair. I'm just not going to get haircuts. And that's why I've got long hair. Pretty much. Yep, kind of sad story. Anyway, back to this comic. I like this one. Mainly because a fat Prime guy sitting on the sofa just looks amazing. I want to see more of these factions in that little style, where you just give them the face and just like a blob, and then just stick their icon or their logo over their face. Yeah, I love it. Or even better, just, yeah, I don't know, but I like that style. I am going to give this one first. This one's good. So Meep from the Stripe faction, that one is definitely first. So Meep. Wait, no, this one is what do you think of the factions? And this is going to be Meep from the Strike. Yo, I found a pic with my hair down. Yes, some of you are stalkers, and you probably have found other social media sites that I have where I do put some of my pictures. And I've stopped doing it because now I know that you are watching those accounts. So thank you very much. I've stopped using those social media sites. Even though I'll still like occasionally scroll through it. Alright, let's have a look at this next one. This one's also by Meep. Okay, we've got stairs. Boom! Oh, I can't read that. Oh man, I can't read that at all. I am going to need to save this. And to do that, I will quickly pull up my camera so you don't see all my file locations. Oh, actually, it's fine. It doesn't show all my file locations. I shall put you into downloads. Downloads. Now I need to open it and figure out how to... Hello? Open? And then, can I zoom in with this? Oh, wow, the quality is really terrible. I still can't read it. Well, let's try and read it now. Oh, wait, you all could see that. I didn't switch. Man. Oh, well, I didn't switch. Let's switch Discord with my photos, I believe. Did that work? Okay. Question mark? No, that did not work. No, that did not work. Okay, well, it looks like it's back to Discord. And I shall try to zoom in on a separate window and read that. Okay, so Casual Chaos. We have a big explosion, and then we've got the second panel. Okay, second panel, we have Strike calling out, "You okay there, Nova? Did you explode your room again?" And then Nova's like, "Yeah, it exploded again. I'm fine. Have you mumble friend? Have you met my new friend? He's next to your feet." Oh, look, there's a little Meep thing. And then the next panel we show the Meep thing. And then we have Strike saying bomb. Strike dislikes being blown up. And then we have a nice cut over here. Okay. And then moving over, we've got huffing and puffing, possibly coming from Strike. Then Nova, Strike, what did you kill this time? A deeks. I don't know. It looks like a D with a % sign. Anyway, and then Nova's like, "Why do you always drag it home with you?" I really love these characters. These characters are a deer. Oh, Strike, what did you kill this time? A deer. Why do you always drag it home with you? Because. Okay. And then Nova's, well, at least it's more particle and a dibble than previous times. And edible. Sorry, these texts are really small and pixelated. Even when I'm zooming in, it doesn't clarify its text resolution. So then Nova's like, "You've brought back a wasp, parrot, dolphin, clownfish, dog, cat," and then Strike's like, "Okay, I get it. I kill animals." Strike, by the way, did you install that poll just to sass me the next time I brought a dead animal? Would you like me to blow it up, says Nova. Strike, I prefer you didn't. Okay, then we go to another glitch screen. I assume Nova blew it up again. Okay, then we have Strike and Prime sitting on the sofa. This is so cute. I love these characters. I know you like it, but it's been almost 16 hours of very little breaks. Are you gonna stop binge watching Transformers yet? This is Strike. And then Prime's like, "Strike inferior, Prime superior." And Strike just sighs. And then Strike looks up, and there's he's wondering, he's confused. And then we see, I love this, we see Nova ninja flying kicking in with a little Meep there, and Nova coming with "social distance thyself," and Strike's like, "Nova, no!" And then the last one, we just get a big boom. And then the last one we see we see now a little chat between them. Strike's like, Nova, why do you have the ability to just explode? Nova's like, why do you bring home dead animals like a cat? Meep is squee. Prime finally, oh come on, I just wanted to watch some Transformers. This is a fun comic. Now, if Prime, Strike, and Nova like all lived in a house, I would assume this is pretty much what would happen. If these were the characters characters personified, that's the word I'm looking for. That would be awesome. That was a really cool comic. That was really cool. That one is definitely my favorite because it's so long. It's got all these cool characters fleshed out. That one goes to number 1. So Meep of Munitions, Strike. What shall I call that? I shall call that Casual Chaos because you named it for me. So Meep from Strike, Casual Chaos. Okay, I can't spell right now. Casual Chaos. And if you notice me in the server, my spelling's just gotten worse and worse and worse lately. All right. Next one. Okay, from SMP, we have Island. Okay, we've got Island Comics. I'll take it. I will take it. We've got one island. I got the biggest cannon. Then we've got, okay, that's a mega cannon. We've got another island saying, or do I? It's a question mark. How about this? And then the Omega cannon. There's no Omega there. Omega cannon. Oh, ha. But it's not shaped like an Omega symbol. Like, so close, SMP. It's a circle. Oh, I guess it's a circle. It's a O mega cannon. Ah, I get it. It's an Omega cannon. Okay, that's kind of funny. That is a little bit funny. Let's see, where would I put this on the scale of the other ones? I'll name that one the Omega Cannon. Don't shoot civilians. Strike leaving the Dark Order. Let me quickly look back at these. Well, I think it's better than the Strike leaving the Dark Order. Slightly better than it. And I think it's slightly better than the Don't Shoot Civilians one. But the Cup one was awesome, so I'm gonna have to put this one SNP Omega haha Cannon comic. That one goes right there. And okay, where were we? Yep. Next one is also by SMP. And this is the last one. Wow, that was 9. That was really fast. Let's see who are the participants in the war. Ooh, I like this. This is what the faction war might look like, actually, with a ton of just islands like this. Prime, the aesthetes. Nova, the animals. And Strike, the absent. They're not there. Meanwhile, yay, we win. Out of all the other ones, I don't know. That one's my least favorite, unfortunately. Which one might be? Which one might be? Okay, I should start with the bottom. Which one is probably my least favorite? They're all pretty good. I mean, but there's just got to be some that are better than others. Yeah, unfortunately, that one is my least favorite. That one's called I'm just gonna call that Faction War. SMP Nova Faction War. Okay, and then we have Don't Shoot Civilians. We have Don't Shoot Civilians. We have Strike leaving the Dark Order, and then the Omega Cannon. Let's have a look. Don't Shoot Civilians. Where's Don't Shoot Civilians? It's here. Okay. And then we have Strike leaving the Dark Order, and then we have the Omega Cannon. Okay. Yeah, it seems about right. And then my Slurp Cup. Actually, I'm going to move my Slurp Cup a little bit farther down. My Slurp Cup. I like the Slurp Cup one. It's super simple. And it's that cup, though. It's funny. I like that one. I really like the Slurp Cup one. And then we get the Nova Faction Submission comic, which is where Nova Faction Submission? What was that referring to? Oh, that was the first one. That was one of the first ones. That was this one. Ah, yes, this one was cute. This one was cute. J-Wig's Dev, the handle is even on the other side. The handle. Oh, look at that attention to detail. The way I hold the... Well, sometimes I'll hold it this way. But most of the times when I drink, I'll actually not hold the handle and then drink it. So yes, wow, much attention to detail. That's why I like it so much. There's so much detail in there. And then, okay, looking at the top three, Cheesy Prime Buy Your Shields was also really good. Where was that one? That was here. That was funny. That was really funny. What do you think of the faction? Which one was this? This was by Meat Strike. Actually, this one can come a little bit farther down for me. This one can move a little bit farther down. Might be a little bit lower than this one, actually. The Slurp Cup was really good. Wait, I didn't copy anything. I need to cut you properly. Yeah, and then, okay, I think this works. I think this works. Yeah, that looks good. I think I'm happy with the rankings of this. Casual Chaos was definitely the best. Definitely the best out of all of them. Then we have Buy Your Shields. Buy Your Shields was also another good one. Then we have the submissions. Okay, yep, another meta one. This Cheesy Pizza Prime one, though, was also really good. Oh, that was Buy Your Shields. Yeah. I'm getting confused. Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah, I think that about falls into the right order of how I would rank things. Yeah, so, I don't know. Top three, well, okay, well, look at that. Top three, Meat. We have Strike, Prime, and Nova. Oh, okay, that's perfect. I don't have to, because I've really wanted each faction to get something out of this. You know what, I might even, I think I'll just stick with the top three. Because some of you only submitted 1, some of you only submitted 5. It makes sense that each one of you gets something. So you have a first place for Strike, second place for Prime, and third place for Nova. I think that works great. Perfect. So now, I think those are your rankings. Good job. Well done with the comics. I'm sorry that this was such a hard challenge. It's a little bit harder to make comics than it is to do the other ones. And so the next challenge is going to be a lot easier. Now, hold on a sec while I quickly grab a sip of my water. Right. The next challenge is going to be a lot easier. The next challenge, well, one thing that we're lacking, the next challenge is going to be a suggestion challenge. So this one, suggestion challenges are going to be adding in, you know, like suggesting art or blocks, or we had the faction items one that was really fun. And usually the suggestion ones are always my favorite to watch. And the writing ones. The writing ones are also really cool. And the speed run was also really cool, but these ones are generally pretty good. It's harder for me to go wrong with these. So, next one is going to be module suggestions. Now, modules are a little bit lacking in the game. By modules, I mean not blocks, not weapons, and not tech. Those are the only 3 things that you cannot suggest. Don't suggest more blocks because we already had a ton of great blocks that came out of the last one. Don't suggest weapons because we also had a ton of weapons. And don't suggest tech because there's only a limit to the way tech can work. There has to be already existing properties for them and they can only modify them. Yes, SMP, you called it because I kind of let you know a little bit ahead of time because you're wondering what the next one was. And you mentioned that there weren't enough modules, and I already wrote down that next one's going to be module suggestions. Good call on that. So what are we looking for? So armor. Armor is an interesting module. It blocks penetrating shots. Interesting mechanic that already plays off the other mechanics of, you know, penetrating shots. It just stops them. Buildings also count. I think what I'm going to do is I will let you all create these modules that have global effects on your island. Try not to make it too complicated, and generally the global effects one, try to make them interesting. Not just like, hey, place this on your island to give it more health, or place this on your island to get more weapons, or stuff like that, or more damage. Those ones are not so much as interesting. We can also have modules like the electromagnet, for example, where it's always on, it always attracts projectiles. It's a really, it's good if you know how to use it with the wind weapons, but other than that, it actually hurts you a lot more. It's really good. Buildings aren't technically modules, but for the purposes of this challenge, I will be accepting buildings and attachables as well. With your attachables, attachables are like buildings, but they can be put on every side. With your attachables, stay away from the ramming ones. We already have spikes. They already do the job perfectly. So you could also create systems like energy systems, or preferably not energy systems, but, oh, that's right, adjacency systems. For example, everything adjacent to the module gets, what am I thinking of? I don't know, adjacency. Make it do something interesting. Don't just like, oh, it gets extra health or it gets extra this. What was I thinking? It could give it extra rotation speed, though I don't think that will be an issue with some of the changes I've been working on. I really should have gone to full camera right here. Here we go, back to full camera. Now you all can see me completely. Yeah, so this one I feel could be really interesting. So, yeah, suggest modules, suggest buildings, suggest detachables, just not tech, just not blocks, just not weapons. The grappling hook and other similar ones are considered a weapon in this case. If it shoots something, or creates another projectile that interacts with the environment, it is considered a weapon. Just technical. Sprite size, every item needs to be within the 16 by 16, and because there are modules, they need to actually have a 1 pixel space around the edges, so you're actually limited to a 14 by 14 size. You can pull up some of the items from the game to get the color palette. Some of you already do that. Mostly just grays with an outline around it. The outline makes things interesting because you have to work. Every item has to have the outline. Another thing is, in terms of arts, what was I thinking? Art. I can't remember what I was going to say. I was talking about outlines. Yeah, they need to have the outlines. They need to have, yeah, just stick with the normal colors that everything uses. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So now that the challenge is out of the way, I will be sending more information on when the stream is. I think we'll do the stream... I think today's Thursday. We'll do Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I think going till... Actually, we'll go to Sunday. We will go to Sunday. We'll end this challenge on Sunday around this time. Mainly because there are some interest... Actually, you know what? Will Sunday... Yeah, we'll go to Sunday because there's some interesting things that I want to do next week. Specifically with streaming, and I need to make sure the challenges can kind of line up with what I'm planning to do. It will be next week. Trust me, next week is going to be really, really fun for me. I'll just tell you right now. Next week is April the 1st. So what I will be doing is for April the 1st and April the 2nd, there will be a special version of the game in which, well, it's an April Fool's update. Everything is going to be different. Everything's going to be wacky. But in order to prepare for that, basically I'll be spending March the 30th and March the 31st. I'll be spending those 2 days, preferably March the 30th, just because of time zone. I might just do March the 31st. It's not completely confirmed yet which days I'm going to be doing it, but definitely one of the days there will be a 24 hour, that would be insane. There will be a 12-hour-ish live stream where I will be live streaming development. I will be accepting most easy suggestions, so small tweaks you want to make to the game, like let's make every single item look like a sand block, or every single block look like a sand block. Fun stuff, in which the game is still playable, but it makes the game also really interesting and like, whoa, this is strange. Or also it could be a time for me to experiment with different ideas that might not work, but under the guise of, this is a April Fool's update, so everything's going to be reverted back to the way it was previously. If some of these ideas are interesting, I might just keep them in the game, or actually develop them further. So that will be happening next week for the April Fool's update. I am very much looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to being able to copy the game files and then just do whatever I want with the game and live stream it with you all. It's just going to be crazy. So that's what's happening next week. For now, what I want to do is I want to show you what I've been working on as well. Let me quickly boot up the game, boot up my version of the game. Yes, Ciramore, you did miss this live stream just by a little bit, but that's okay. Go watch the previous replay, the video that will come out later. But for now, what I'm doing is I am going to be showing you what I've been working on for the past few days. And let me quickly pull up pull up Islands of War. Okay, that looks good. We've got chats going. We do not have chat. Ooh, let me quickly copy a chat window into here. Where's copy? Copy. And paste. Yay for OBS. That chat looks fairly decent, I think. I hope that works. And we make it visible. Okay, everything is looking good. Bring up the game volume just a tad bit. Oh, well, that's also background volume. How am I gonna do this? Let me turn down my background music. You know what? Yeah, let's turn it. We want some background music in there. I do want to hear stuff now. Do I have everything set up right? You know what? It's a little bit loud. I think that works. Let's switch it over to there. Perfect. Right, so what have I been working on? What I've been working on lately, and you can't see this, but it's actually, you can kind of see it if I open up the console. We're actually in version 8.24, because this is my developer build. This is my developer build. What I'm working on right now is I've been working on enemies, mainly dealing with enemy behaviors and enemy generation. Some of the enemies were very wonky. Their behaviors were just general. They just shoot you. They run away a little bit. Now they are absolutely amazing. Okay. In my developer mode, there's a couple extra things that you might know. That red line is basically where every island now, well, in the developer, every island now has a visual thing of where the island is going to stop. So it's more for me visualizing the calculations and making sure that I'm doing everything right. So if I move upward, that position is pretty much where I'm going to stop. And it's accurate most of the time. I mean, obviously with gravity it will change and it will shift downwards. Because if you go down, there is no stopping unless you go back up. But with verticals, it's spot on. This is just using some of the math that's already been in there. I don't really need to grab you. Enemies don't really have, or friendlies don't really have a combat behavior. I know I shot him, but that's to show you they don't have combat behavior. Enemies. Let's quickly go to region. The first one I implemented was going to be a really fun. I was trying to make it a really fun one. Was the scout. So the scout will kind of poke in and then poke out and then shoot. So he goes out and then he goes in and then he shoots. He stops a little bit and he shoots. Very dodgeable. I mean, you know he's coming in means that you can just run. And then he shoots. Scouts also come with, I guess they try to avoid you ramming them. So see the little impact when they have a status of impact, that means they are trying to avoid you. It means that they know you're trying to ram them and they will do everything they can to just run away from you. And you can also see their red line. The big red line is their targeting, where they're targeting. So that will help you. Blue is where they're going to move or where they're planning to move to. So if I try to ram them, they want to move away from you. The moment I stop ramming them, they will continue with their pattern. So the idea is all the enemies are now built on these patterns, which there's move range max, there's stop, there's move range min, and then there's also stop and there's attack. So simple patterns like these. Now you can go away, goodbye. Next one that was interesting, are you an interceptor? You're an interceptor. Interceptors kind of do this rotation thing around you. Whoa, turn on my auto hover. So they will shoot, they'll move around you, they'll go out, and then they'll shoot you again. They'll move around, they'll go out, they'll move, and then they'll come back in and then shoot. They have a slightly more complex behavior, and it's going to be a little harder to pick up, especially if you're moving around a lot. But you can kind of see that they're moving out and then moving back in. Especially if I turn this off, you can kind of see their behaviors a little bit more. I guess the main thing separating the interceptors from the scouts and recons are that they will be rotating around you. Dodging is complex and only bosses should have it. Most islands do not actually have this dodging behavior. Interceptors do not have it. As you can see, like he's not. They'll try to run away from each other if they're getting too close. Like, I'll try to bait one into the other. They'll stay away from each other because they don't want to ram. But if I come in this guy, he is not running away at all. He is not even trying to. You can see the blue line is not running away. So you can just easily ram them. Like, he doesn't care that you're about to ram him. Which, I mean, some enemies shouldn't. But the scouts are more designed to be pokey. Let's have a look. Let's quickly set the realm to 3. See if we can find some other behaviors. Most of these behaviors are implemented. Some of them are still in work, like mortars or bombers still aren't complete. Fighters are slightly interesting as well. Fighters are similar to the interceptor behaviors, where they'll be rotating around you, but they'll be rotating slowly. And they'll be trying to slowly rotate around you and constantly poke you. Their shooting isn't exactly great. Especially since fighters now only have machine guns. So, I have a list. I basically compiled a list of all the different islands. I need some help. I need to shoot something. So basically, every class now has a specific item or item type that they'll be using most. So for fighters, that will be your burst weapons, your Eternians, your machine guns, and your Gatling weapons. They're not using it properly, which does need to be fixed a little bit. Bombers will have your mortars. Scouts will be left with your cannons. I think scouts are just left with your cannons. And then your interceptors are left with your quick shots and stuff like that. Destroyers with rockets. Artillery. No, we have battle cruisers with missiles. And I do plan on implementing a way to see this nicer. Like that fighter above them to see what class they are so you can react accordingly. What do I want now? Yes, I want to set the realm. Let's move up to realm 5. Realm 5. Support classes. Support classes will probably be when I implement enemy clusters. So when we have enemies grouped up together on purpose, not just, oh, hey, we're accidentally close together. So the idea for clusters is you shoot one enemy, all the enemies in that cluster will be aggroed onto you. There's another fighter, go away. Here's another fighter, go away. Here's a destroyer. So destroyers have missiles. And I have buffed the rotation speed of destroyers. So destroyers will hurt if you're not like really like speedy. They will start to hurt you after some time. The disadvantage to missiles now is that they rotate a lot slower. So you can easily try to get behind them a bit faster. Okay, do I have any more cool enemies here? Bombers have, their behavior hasn't been fully implemented yet. They have attacking, which is normal. They have going out. It says move down, but he's not moving down quite yet. And moving up, they're supposed to like dive down and then dive up to try to like dive down and then dive up. So I don't know, try to get you to do more interesting things, especially when they're doing like downward dives and then upward dives. Probably need some Slammerons to help them with that. Let's move on to Realm 7 and see if we can find any more interesting behaviors. I think there might be one more. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Cruisers. Yeah, cruisers kind of have a similar. They're very similar to. They're pretty much identical to interceptors. They will rotate around you and poke in and out, and deal a lot of damage. Cruisers are also got lots of quick shots and quad shots. What do we have? Destroyers. Okay, yeah, that's a bug. I've realized that the reason why some of these islands don't have items is because I'm spelling them wrong in my data files. So I'm currently creating a way so this never happens, that they check. Oh, here we have battle cruisers. Battle cruisers right now are boring. They just stay at nice range and shoot you. I don't know. You guys can suggest what you want to see for battle cruisers. Also, another thing with these behaviors is how they position themselves. I don't want them to be continuously running away from you. So they will actually like come to a stop. Like, they're not. Enemies used to be able to just run away from you forever, and you could never catch them, and your range would like always be so close to touching them, but not like there yet. Enemies now do a lot of damage, especially, yeah. This is gonna be a really interesting update to make the game a lot harder. Health-wise, I'm still not completely sure what I'm going to do for it. Because some of these islands can be very tanky. Wait, as I do that. Well, I'm using my broken weapons, so broken weapons are broken. But that's a lot of health that they've got sometimes. Even here, I'm not completely one-shotting these blocks. They're going to hurt. Shields might get a buff as well, especially because shield nerfs are also coming in very soon. So, wait, get away, get away, get away. Edit my island. So we already have, I've already implemented, what is it, lasers doing shield damage. As you can see, wait, let me see if I can, how do I, no, I can't. Yeah, basically lasers do shield damage. If you can see at the very bottom of this auto laser does 2 shield damage. The weapon cap is a shield buff. Kind of, then, no, shields, buffing the shields only wants people to spam more. Shields, they need to have a nice use, but they also need to go down. Like, they need to consistently go down. And this means that we can actually start to see some energy classes. I think I also tweaked, yes, I tweaked the bosses a little bit. Bosses, I haven't worked on their AI or their behaviors yet. Let's see if I can find a boss. Are you a boss? No, you're just a destroyer. Goodbye and die. I didn't kill him. Where do we have boss? So this boss only has mono rockets, which are going to hurt you. You need to find a way to counter him, and well, his counter is to, when he shoots his stuff at you, you need to run away, and then poke back in. Kind of, that's the kind of idea, because there's no way you out-rotate those missiles. Or you could just get like shields, or you could have you can shoot them down, or with flares. That's another way you could counter them, but that guy is going to hurt if you don't know how to counter it. Yeah, flares could work very well. Yeah, he's destroying me, and I have like every block on mine has like 999 health, so he's going to hurt a lot. He's going to be a boss. He's going to feel like a boss, which is great. Aren't mono rockets glitched? Mono rockets are... I could just shoot him to get health. Why am I waiting? And I probably need to change it so that the editor... You can always open the editor in sandbox mode. Die. Give me your health. Now I can edit. Where is it? Mono rockets were glitched? Well, they are glitched. Are they glitched? No, they're mythics now. Mono rockets are mythics. So meaning you can get them, and they are really good. Magician and Seb both, I've told them that they do have a key that they can get. Because they've been so impactful, I will gladly give them a key if they request for it, whenever they decide to come back. And neither of them have asked for it yet. Both of them were really impactful. So yeah, look at this. We can look at modules. Modules are really empty. We've got Flotrons, we've got Drifters, we've got Slammerons. Those are normal. Then we just have like the ones that are not critical and are just nice to have are your armor, your electromagnets. Shields are also really good, and your trees. The balloon is a really interesting one though. I think the balloon is like one of the most interesting buildings because it's like fragile, but it also provides thrust. And then it like teabags your island. Yeah, so that's what I've been working on. This update will probably come out. Did I talk about the challenge? Yes, I talked about the challenge. However, I will just quickly reiterate it for those of you who are just joining us. The next challenge will be module suggestions. Basically, don't come up with a weapon, or don't come up with something that shoots something. Don't come up with a tech, and don't come up with a block. Anything else is fair game, and preferably things that are more interesting to interact with things that already exist, like armor. It blocks penetrating shots, it blocks piercing damage. Fun little thing you can play around with, not like great, it's not like mandatory to have, but it's a cool addition that if you place it right, it can definitely help you out against some of the piercing damage. I think the mono rocket does piercing damage. Mono rocket, no it doesn't. It only pierces one block. Oh, that's funny. Actually, why is it saying? It really shouldn't tell you if it only pierces one block. Yeah, it's terrible. Also, consumables are not B blocks, tech, or weapon. No consumables. Consumables haven't been implemented yet, so no consumables out. I said modules. Consumables are also out of the picture. No tech, no modules, no blocks, no weapons. Those no modules. No blocks, no weapons, no tech, and no consumables. Buildings, attachables, and modules are all okay. I think some interesting ideas can come out of this. I'm really looking forward to this. What possibly can come out of it. The next update will probably be coming out before the live stream for the April Fools. Basically just getting, because the way my updates work is I have to have one finished before I move on to the next one. I don't exactly have a very good versioning system where I can just merge two different changes together. I just kind of have to finish one before moving on to the next, so the next update will probably be coming within the next few days. I might split the enemies and items update into like 3 phases. First phase is what we have right now with these new enemies, these new enemy behaviors. That could be coming as soon as tomorrow. And then I might get in more changes before the April Fool's update. But that's all for me. That's all for me. Some of you wanted me to play a game, which I would be okay with, but I'm not sure how I would do it because I've never live stream played games before. I think you know what? I think I'll keep this stream for development and keep this streams for faction challenges and development. Not so much for me just to play stuff. Though I might end up doing like a streaming Saturday or a streaming Sunday where I play the game or I play another game just to chill and have fun and answer your questions with you all. Listen to Pink Floyd. I'm not sure I can play it because of copyright issues. I saw this really nice video about copyright. And basically I'm not sure what I can actually show anymore. This music is okay because there's no copyright music on it. And I'm pretty sure it's okay for my live stream, but I don't want to get demonetized. Not because I'm not even getting monetized in the first place. I just don't want to get copyright strike. It's something I'd rather just, in general, just avoid. I don't want another thing to add to my plate, especially because these live streams are more something I do on the side. It's not really, I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel a little bit, but it's not super I'm only doing YouTube videos. This is kind of a side thing to help with the game development and stay connected with all of you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in to this 10th faction challenge. More details about the 11th one of the modules will be coming very shortly, and I look forward to seeing what you all come up with. Goodbye.
Winter's cold, but your heart's colder. I will wait for you. The pitch in your arms will meander, but I will wait for you.
There's nothing left for me to do.